everybody. Talkers run the internet. Hey. Hi.
Internet.
Hi, Internet. It's me.
Hello, Internet
me
friends.
you've been looking for. Hello.
And acquaintances.
And acquaintances and strangers.
New
Bex.
people. Hi.
Oh, it's a little guy going like this. I always forget. Like it was like, what is that O / thing that feed does?
Yeah, it's a cool wave.
Yeah, but here's the beginning. Hello and welcome to episode 159. I changed the number in this one of the GameBrew Podcast, the bi-weekly video game podcast where we sip delicious bevs and discuss video games. I'm your host, Dan New Year's Eve Rotz, and I'm joined by Carrie Love Actually Bowen.
Hello. I do have more, but I won't go through all of them.
And my gamer heart. That's great. Oh my god, how many did you make?
Well, I did just all the way to the end, but I left so when you get to the part where you look like this, I had a picture of an old Atari and I left it in the other room. So.
Oh, that's so good though.
And then,
That's great. I love it.
We'll put that in post.
We'll put that in post. I'll
There
just
we go.
draw it by hand. We're also joined by Chris Valentine's Day Wrights.
I think I got the theme, but I'm not. I definitely haven't seen this one. I've only seen one of these.
And Allison, he's just not that into you, Van Devender.
My trampy little sister says MySpace is the new booty call.
That
was my favorite quote I
out.
found from this movie.
The only thing I know about that movie is that it was set in Baltimore, but they didn't really do anything.
It was
They just
basically
chose
New
that,
York.
but it didn't matter. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, it
but
was
at
like-
one point they did say something about getting a marriage certificate in Maryland. So they did reference it in that way.
Barely.
Okay, so what's the theme? What's the theme then?
Ensemble rom-coms.
Ensemble rom-coms, because New Year's Eve was one of those, and I was just like, we could be characters from that and no one could
Okay.
get it. Or I'll just do
Okay.
where it's like whenever there's like a billion people in the movie and they all have no business being in a relationship. I think in New Year's Eve, it's like Josh Duhamel and Sarah Michelle not Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Jessica Parker?
Sarah Jessica Parker get together. And that's like, I'm like,
God, there are. Yeah, that's a huge cast.
New Year's Eve. Also,
Yeah.
Ashton
Luda's
Kutcher.
in it.
Luda's in it. That's true. Ashton Kutcher and Lea
Bon
Michele
Jovi.
get together. Bon Jovi's in it. Yep.
I've seen none of these.
You've seen none of them?
You haven't
They're
seen Love Actually?
No.
But you can't have love
I just
actually.
assumed Dan picked rom-coms, and I was like, okay, the theme's rom-coms, I guess. I've not
Technically.
seen any of these.
It's half of
I
it.
mean, technically you're right, but we
It's
had to
half
go
of it.
deeper.
You had to go deeper.
I get it.
Enhance.
Enhance. Well, on this episode of the GameBrew Podcast, it's our annual New Year, New Beer GameBrew year in review / what did we get wrong and what did we get right with our predictions. And we make some resolutions as well as to how we're going to do. That's kind of new. We usually kind of do that, but we're going to I think we started that last year, if I'm not mistaken. Chris and I, we made some New Year's resolutions. And so now we're going to do it for the foreseeable future because I'm Dan and I make the decision.
They're Dan decisions.
They're Dan
That works.
decisions. Yeah.
That works.
At least when it comes to this part of the podcast. This is a video game of beer podcast. So we're
Sure
going to
is.
start with the bevs. I'm sorry. I did it wrong. But first, it's time for a bev. Chris, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Aleworks Brewing Company Tavern Brown Ale from Williamsburg, Virginia.
Nice.
And it's a really solid. It's like my benchmark for brown ales. It's got like a nice what's that word? Malty flavor to it, but it also has a little almost like a little bit of spice to it too.
Okay.
It's really good.
Nice.
It's the color you would expect of a brown, kind of
It's
like
a
a dark
brown.
amber. It's definitely brown.
It's the color of a tavern. Wait.
Probably. But yeah, it's a good winter beer. Good solid winter beer.
Mhm.
Chuggabilities, I would say is relatively high.
Relatively high. Lots. You could chug lots.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
I think everything has a high chuggability. Honestly,
I mean, you could be
About
right.
to say,
You could try hard. Anything's chuggable if you try hard enough. You know.
that's right.
Allison, what bevs are you working with this evening?
Okay, so I have cracked open this bottle that was a gift.
Ooh.
That's been sitting for about a year, actually.
Ooh.
So this is a bottle of Shenandoah Valley sparkling wine, estate
Ooh.
grown from Bluestone Vineyard, Blanc
Oh.
de Blanc. So
Blanc de Blanc.
It's
Very
backwards
Nice.
for everyone because that's how it works. Sorry, guys.
No, that's only backwards for you.
It's only
Oh, really?
backwards for you. For us, it's
I always
it's
forget
forwards.
So it's like a $30 bottle.
Wow.
Okay, that's more than I would usually spend because I'm poor. So
yeah,
yeah.
it's 2018.
Oh, a 2018 vintage.
I guess does that matter for sparklings?
I don't know.
Really know.
Not for sparkliness. For like
2018 was a good year, right?
yeah.
Better
Maybe
year than some.
some years is fine.
As far as years go,
Yeah, as far as years go, it's better than some.
better than 2020 for sure.
So
Yes.
It's apple juice. It's like fizzy apple juice. It's really drinkable, very chuggable. Although bubble things I usually don't drink very fast. This one, just because it's apple juice, like I could chug this whole bottle. So
No,
yeah.
nice.
Well,
Good.
I like your
Don't.
goblet.
I do like the
But like,
thank you.
don't.
It is not mine. I stole it. It is someone else's gift.
That's an
Nice.
amazing
Nice.
goblet.
But yes, it's very cool.
that is very cool. You could
Yeah.
steal it permanently, and then it would be yours.
You could tell him in the chat you think it's cool. Just kidding. I assume he's paying attention. But yes, this
He's
is
epic.
stolen property and it's amazing. And I'm
Wonderful.
forced to use it, and I think that feels right.
Nice. Very good. Carrie.
Well, today I'm just sipping coffee in my Yoda Best Mom mug.
Yoda Best Mom. Oh, that's so cute. For those of you listening on
Aw.
the podcast, it has a Yoda on it and there's little hearts on it and everything.
Boy.
Also, it's an appropriately sized coffee cup in that you could fit well over 2 cups of coffee in that, probably.
As is a
16 ounces.
16 ounces. Okay. Depends on,
Good size.
yeah, that's like, for me, that's like 2 cups. About, at home cups.
It's a
Not-
mom size cup.
yes, that's a good descriptor of it.
Mhm.
Because,
We
boy,
need it.
do you need it.
Ooh.
Props to all the moms out there. That's why we say to tell you about the
Boop, boop.
podcast. We love moms on this
Carrie
podcast.
and moms.
That's
Um,
good too.
Dads are good too. We just love moms more. I don't know why. It's just a rule.
It's our brand.
It's
For
a
some
game
reason,
brew. It's a
it is
game.
our brand.
It's a game brew fact.
Even though like Dan's dad is like the dad of Game Brew and we all adore him, somehow
That's
we
true.
have pivoted to liking all moms more.
That's
I
it.
don't know what happened.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Listen, we stand dads, but we love moms. But that's great. Chuggability on the coffee. Is it too hot for chugging?
No, actually it's a perfect temperature for chugging. But I am going to sip it and
Okay.
enjoy it.
Good. Smart.
Mhm.
Smart. I'm drinking extremely high chuggability. I'm drinking Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, because
the New Year's episode.
it's the New Year's episode, and that's what I do. They used to make pre-pandemic, like around New Year's, they would make a Miller High Life like bottle that was like champagne. It like looked like a champagne bottle, and
Yeah,
I
I
would
remember
get
you guys
I
showing
remember
me.
that.
yeah, because I would get those every year. For the first 3 years of the podcast, I got one of those and would like write
Mhm.
the date on it. I'd be like, "Oh, we did it this date. It was really cool." And then they
Aw.
stopped making them, so I
So
couldn't
cute.
do it. And then also, I was like, I don't think I want all of this like empty bottles in my apartment. Like I'm not in college anymore. Remember that thing in college where dudes just take empty beer
100%.
bottles and just
Yeah, I
put
would
them
take,
up places?
I would take Captain Morgan's and then draw Boba Fett on it, so it would be Boba Fett space rum instead of
Nice.
spiced rum.
Instead of
Look,
spice rum.
I really am
I
having that
approve.
moment
I
where
approve.
I looked at on top of my fridge and there's like all these empty bottles of things I've drank, and I started questioning myself, like, why am I keeping these? And at first it was like, oh, this is a really big bottle and I like the art on it. And now I'm just like, am I just keeping them? Should I be doing this? Is this a juvenile thing?
There's
Why
there's
am
a
I still
there's a
drinking?
couple that are like important to me. Like there was
Right.
one
Yeah.
like there was one bottle like for the night that Katie and I got engaged. There's
Of course.
that bottle still.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, that's cute.
she doesn't.
My
think
kid is trying to save his prime bottles.
He's trying to save his prime bottles.
Really?
He loves the art of the prime bottle. I don't know.
prime bottles, like,
But he keeps
for
like
primer?
he wants to keep the same.
the drink.
No,
The drink prime?
The
There's a
prime.
drink
You know, all
called
the
Prime?
kids.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's like
it's
I
the
think it's-
Logan Paul.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
that's right.
the kids
the Paul
are
people
all
one.
into it. It's like
oh, by
the
Logan
thing right
Paul.
now.
What?
But
no,
look,
no.
Listen, it's
Children
water.
like it. It is water.
It's like healthy vitamin
It's
water. So
10%
of all the
coconut water.
things to be like, you know,
Yeah, like for us, it was like monsters and
Yeah,
oh,
that's
man.
true.
Remember Rockstar? Rockstar was good.
Oh god.
exactly. So, but I told him, look, you can only keep one of each type. You can't
You
just
can't
have.
just have a
You
bunch of them.
Oh man,
Because then that's
Because
hoarding.
that leads to hoarding.
I would lie. If I were I'm into sun mode, I would lie and say I was doing it for an art project, and then you'd let me keep them, and then I would never finish that art project. But I would have them at least.
And then Dad goes in his room and does the purge.
Just throws them all away.
like the movie where he just kills
Oh
them.
no, that sounds awful.
Oh,
24 hours, baby.
24 hours. You can have all the prime you want.
no, no. You mentioned Rockstar, and I'll try not to derail us too much, but I do have to mention
We're
because it's a
already
very vivid
derailed.
memory. We're so derailed. That I went to, like Warp Tour, but it
Mhm.
wasn't Warp Tour. It was for metal.
Warped Tour.
So I went to one of those tours. and I was young.
Lollapalooza.
I was 18. I was 18 years old at one of those, and I was broke. I mean,
Mhm.
I had enough money. It was free tickets that my mom won me on the radio. That's the only reason I went.
Nice.
Broke as fuck.
Thanks,
with
Mom.
my-
Moms.
Went with my
Moms.
yes, mom. Went with my boyfriend at the time, and we had no business going because we had enough money for the gas there and the gas back, just barely. So we get there, and I can't purchase any drinks at this thing. Everything's $1,000, and it was 100 degrees. It was a crazy summer, and all they had was free Rockstar energy drinks.
Oh no, because they were a
Because
we're
sponsor.
my
a
Rockstar.
sponsor, right?
Oh,
And,
no.
And so I had so much Rockstar energy drinks that day and no water, and I absolutely passed
no.
out in the pit. It was
Oh,
so
no.
bad. It was
Wow,
so bad.
I would have been
Anyway,
so sick.
That's
it
funny.
was bad. Yeah,
That
it
would
was
be.
I mean, it's
I-
bad. That's bad. It's not
That's
funny.
bad. Don't do that.
bad. In retrospect, very funny, and that's why I'm telling the story. But at the time, awful.
Oh boy. Well, the chuggability on this is pretty high. That's why it's in my Witchy Pip created GameBrew mug.
Very nice.
TM.
We should
Really?
make a mug,
Sort of.
like a coffee mug. one.
Ooh, yeah, do
Mhm.
that. It is a brew. You brew coffee. All right. Well, this is also a video game podcast. So we are going to talk about the video games that we've been playing. I'm going to go first. My brother got Baldur's Gate 3, and that because it came out on Xbox, so he could play it on Xbox.
Yes.
But because of that, I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I need to keep playing Baldur's Gate 3. And then I've had recent bouts with insomnia, which is great because I could stay up till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm almost done Act 2, I think. I think I'm like 57 hours in or something like that. But
Nice.
But yeah, I'm getting there.
Very cool.
So is it cross playable? Like, can you play
It's
with him,
not.
or you're just playing yourself? Okay.
I'm just playing it myself, but it's like one of those things where he's doing things and then I'm not giving him spoilers, but like sometimes he'll like tell me where he is and he'll like be like, oh, did this happen to you? And I'll be like, no, how did you get that? You got that to happen? Like,
Yeah. There's so many like different
Yeah.
options.
like there's, I don't want to give any spoilers or anything like that, but there's like one thing he did where I was like, I kind of did it, but then I didn't. And so, and now he can see invisible stuff. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, well, it's funny because something happened in my Baldur's Gate where I literally don't know if I want to keep playing because I'm so upset about it. So I haven't made a decision about whether
Let
I
me
should start
guess.
over. No, I'm not going to say it because that's going to spoil something. But
For is
Oh,
it
okay.
early game or
I don't know. I think it's later game.
Well,
I
haven't even gotten through Act 1 because I've been playing lots of other games, but I'm gonna guess something dies that you don't want to die.
Yeah, I mean that's
Okay.
definitely what happens. Something dies that I did not mean to die. And now I'm just like, I don't want to save scum.
That's usually
but-
why you stop games.
Yeah, but I also just like want to walk away because I'm so upset about it right now. So I got to get through it.
Yeah, I did TPK myself a bunch of times, so I was like, and luckily it's like I've been doing okay with the saving. Like after the first 20 hours, I realized, oh, I do need to save often because frequently I will die. But it's great. Everything's good.
I haven't
That
done
called
a TPK
scum
so
saving
far.
or something.
Save
What's that
scumming.
called?
Yeah.
Well,
Save scumming.
Save scumming is whenever you save just so you could like do things and then like, oh, if something goes wrong, then I could go back to it.
This went wrong, and that's what I mean. I don't want to save scum it, but
and I'm talking about I just die a bunch. And so whenever you die, you don't get fun auto saves where it's like, oh, you can go back to the beginning of this battle. It's like, no, you died. Go back to where your last save is, you idiot. And I'll be like, oh,
and that was 3 hours ago.
3 hours ago. Shit. I organized all my items in between that time. Damn it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Let's go. I'm gonna go from the bottom. Carrie, like of my list, not like personally. You're
Wow, Dan.
No,
All
the
right.
the list is in alphabetical order. It goes A, C, D, K. Your name's at the bottom. That's it.
I
First,
just
the
know you're gonna
backhanded-
suffer during the 24-hour
imitation
stream. That's
of
all
AC/DC.
I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay. So,
ACDK
you hit me
is Donkey Kong.
that he's just not that into you joke. You've hit Carrie now, and now it's Chris's turn. If you don't bash him in some way before the end of this podcast, I'm going to know you hate us.
Oh, he won't.
With a baseball bat. What?
What?
Huh? Anyway, Carrie, games. What have you been playing?
Carry on. Keep calling me carry on.
So we picked up The Forest because it was super cheap and played through that with some friends. And then once we finished it, we set up a Scum server. And so we've been playing Scum. And then when I'm just kind of like wanting to play by myself, I picked up this fun little game called I Am Future Cozy Apocalypse Survival. And it's a really chill little game. I mean, it's interesting enough, challenging enough. It's easy to pick up and put down. And it's a single player little game. I highly recommend it actually. But Scum is tough. Holy cow, that's a tough game.
That's like one of those. Is that like The Forest where it's like it's a crafting survival game? Or is it more of a like DayZ?
Closer, I would say closer to DayZ. So concept is you're like a prisoner being dropped in on this island, and you're dropped in with nothing but the clothes on your back, and that's it. And you immediately have to survive. And instead of zombies, they're called puppets.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can fish, you can you go around looting houses, trying to find stuff. The crafting system is a little different than what I'm used to, and the inventory system, it's very different because it's basically like you don't have inventory unless you have something with pockets.
Okay.
And then you have those outfits is your inventory screen and your what you're wearing and if they have pockets. So like if there's a backpack with many slots, you can only fit in that backpack, what takes up the space in the squares.
Yeah. Got it. That's
So,
I play
like me in high school would have been like the most inventory.
Yeah,
because of my khakis.
Your khakis and cargo pants.
Yeah.
It's like Escape from Tarkov is similar. I play that game. And yeah, where it's like, you can like have a backpack, but you have to pick it up and it only has a certain amount of space in it. And you get like bigger bags or smaller bags, and then other things take up other space in it.
Right.
Which is interesting.
So, and as you're going along doing things, killing puppets, doing different things, you are gaining fame points. And those fame points are needed to unlock stuff at the trader towns. So traders won't trade certain things with you unless your fame points are up to a certain level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you
and
have
then
to
you have all these biometrics that you have to keep track of, like your carbs, your fat, your peeing and pooping, and all that stuff.
It's too much. That's too much for me. As soon as you
Yeah.
get to that level of
It's
gameplay,
so immersive.
which for some people it's great. I'm sure that's really fun sometimes, but like that's to a point where I'm just like, I only want to think about when I have to pee in this out here, not in the game.
It's
Well,
a
I
lot.
played
It really is.
Sims, and so I like that kind of management stuff, but it does seem too intense. The throwing up got me. I can't do that because the characters were throwing up, and that bothers me. But two, when I was watching, I never got to the end of the story. Did the tire fit?
Oh,
Did
Like
the
the
tire
idea.
fit?
So Nightmare was rolling this tire, and he kept saying, "I don't know. It looks like a different tire." And I thought, if this game is so specific that different tires are needed for different like vehicles,
Oh,
to
for
make
different
them
vehicles
work,
in order for it to work.
yeah,
Interesting.
I was like, that would be a lot. So I was wondering if that ever worked. I'll have to ask Nightmare then.
the tire fit,
Okay, it did. Okay, good.
but the vehicle didn't last long because Nightmare drove it into a river that we
Classic.
couldn't get it out of.
Okay,
Classic.
cool.
So we lost that vehicle after all that work.
We did that once in high school, and that's how I almost broke my foot by dropping a railroad tie on it. But anyway, nice, very fun, very cool. Scum. I think I feel like I saw that a while ago, and I just haven't paid attention to it since then.
It's an older game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you like those like crafting survival games though a lot.
I do. However, this one is so I don't like FPS like shooter
Okay.
style games. That's and the reason being because there's no real stop and sit kind of moments. You're just constantly go, go, go.
Yeah.
And this is that kind of crafting survival game where you really don't sit long. I mean,
Got
you do
it.
get to a point where you're base building, but you don't sit in one spot for too long, or puppets just start spawning, around you. So you have to keep moving. And they
Okay.
can open doors, they can climb in windows.
Oh.
It's just intense.
Scary. Do they have strings? Puppets, strings,
Like in sync.
like in sync in no strings attached.
No, they're like Pinocchio. They've got no strings to hold them up.
I got no strings to. Talk about a creepy. That was in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Whenever that would play.
Oh yeah.
Whenever that was like the theme of it. But anyway, Chris, what have you been playing?
So when I was sick during right before Christmas, I didn't think I was going to have any time to like really play many like games before I went to Denver, but I ended up going to Denver later. So what that meant was I did have time, and so me and two friends, one who's never played Hearts of Iron 4, and I've always joked, like whenever we're like looking to play something, I'm always like Hearts of Iron 4 as a joke because I know that they never will.
Yeah.
And then this time he was like, yeah, let's do it. And Tyler was like, wait, really? So we ended up doing that, and it was awesome. We were up till 4 a.m, and
Oh God.
we played as Italy, Germany, and I was the USSR. And
Oh God.
and created the Unholy Alliance. And
I was gonna say that would be.
Yeah, we stopped after World War II had ended, and we had won.
Got it. That would do it. That would do it.
So
Nice.
it was a good time. So now I after that I've been like sucked back into that and
Into 4X land. Or
well,
I guess
it's
that's
like-
not a 4X.
it's not
That's
really
a
4X.
that's
but-
a strategy.
I mean, it's sort of a 4X, but yeah, it's so yeah, Hearts of Iron 4 is like a very detailed simulation of the run up and through World War II. So you can be pretty much any nation in the world. Obviously, the most interesting are going to be like the majors, like Germany, Japan. But then they've also done a really good job of making things interesting for like the smaller guys, or like being like China. You can be China and try to like reform China, and you can also play almost any country. And then they also have like a communist path, or a fascist path, or a democratic path, or like a monarchy path. And like you can play historical, or you can try to be like, well, what if Mexico became communist and took over the United States during World War II?
Oh, okay.
That's,
That's
an
interesting.
interesting thought. That's an interesting thought.
it's hard to do, and I've done it once.
I can imagine.
But
I can imagine.
It's fun. But yeah,
Talk-
no, I like it. You have to spend about, like, I'm still learning more about this game and like how to do certain things. I haven't played 200 hours of it, so
Oh my god,
yeah,
that's so much.
Is it like Risk in any kind of way, or
sort of. Basically, you have control over like the amount of guns you produce, and like you can build more factories. You can build more civilian factories, which makes building other things faster. Or you can focus on military factories so that you can build more like guns and tanks and that sort of thing. And then like you have a certain amount of population, and you have to train your troops, and then you have to do the troop movements, and then you have to like. So it's just
Mhm.
you just control like almost every aspect of everything.
That's
you can
cool.
you can change like the makeup of your regiment, like your troop regiments and stuff, and like you can design your ships, even like how many guns are
interesting.
on it,
How
like,
many guns it has? How many?
yeah, and like that
people-
affects how fast or slow it's going to be produced, and you can do that with the planes, you can do that with the tanks, you can like
Wow.
it's very deep.
Wow, you know what, man, Carrie, Chris, you guys are like into some like
I was about to
complicated.
say, it's
what's
not
funny is like when
biometrics, it's
Carrie
like-
was saying like you have to like regulate the protein and like you're pooping, and I'm like, I don't care at all about that.
Yeah.
But then you're also like, but it's like, I do care about this complex political intercourse that's happening between these two nations.
Yes, please, more.
As long as they're never talking about bathroom visits.
That's true. And then I'm over here just like, I press X button, it goes smashy smashy.
My favorite part's the smash.
I like the smash part.
But yeah, Hearts of Iron 4. If you want to have to learn to get a master's degree in something that you're never going to use in real life, that's the game for you.
It's the game for you. Cool. Let's move on to Allison. Allison, what about you?
I'll be brief. So I streamed.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes.
Was this one of the first times you've done it in a while?
Yeah,
It's like
the
the
second time in a while.
Yeah, second.
Since October.
Yeah, we're trying to get back into it. More
That's
into
awesome.
that when we get to our resolutions. But yeah, for me, I did a stream, and I was debating what to play, and I saw this game, and I had seen it before, and I think Carrie and I had talked about it previously. Maybe we didn't, but we talked about so many of these that I'm like, I think this was one of them.
Yeah.
And so it's called Cozy Island, right?
Mhm.
Am I lying? Coral
Coral
Island. I lied.
Coral Island.
Coral
Everything's
Island.
cozy.
But it
Cozy
should be Cozy Island.
Cozy Island. Really dig it so far. I saw a lot of reviews complaining about it. So I'm playing it through Game Pass.
Nice.
Apparently the like PC version is more stable. I haven't had any issues with this one.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, I don't really understand. People are livid on on the Xbox Game Pass, just about the bugs and issues it has and how it shouldn't have been released yet. And this is like just loads of people complaining, and I don't get it. And I mean, if I'm playing through Game Pass, I'm starting to question it. I'm like, I'm playing the Xbox version, right?
No, you are playing. If you're playing it on your computer, you are playing the PC version of it.
See, that was my question.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should buy this on Steam, because I was actually really enjoying it. And the bugs that people were complaining about are like game breaking.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to deal with that because I was really having a good time. So that's good to know. I'll keep playing it on Game Pass then. But it is literally Stardew Valley meets Harvest Moon.
That's perfect. That's your cup of
perfect.
tea.
It's perfect. And it has
That's your
so many
bee's
daily
knees.
characters.
Graphics wise, though, better graphics, I would say.
Oh, yeah, definitely better graphics. But as far as gameplay, Stardew Valley meets Harvest Moon, exactly. Like everything that was good about Harvest Moon that I really loved feels like it came back in this one. And it has these like little nods to even like silly little things, like the television set in Harvest Moon when you went and just checked what tomorrow's weather was going to be so you could plan. Like, does that really matter? No, but it's there, and it just gives me like these tickly warm fuzzies. You know how people like ASMR
matters? It matters because you don't, whether you have to spend time and stamina watering your crops.
But like, you'll know in the morning when it's raining.
Yeah. That's how I feel about
I like to plan
stuff.
ahead. I'm a planner.
I
wake
think
up.
me too. So I think that's why it means something to me. But I know technically it doesn't matter. But like, you know how people like ASMR and they say they get those warm, tingly like
Mhm.
things? I've never experienced that. But those moments in this game gave it for me. It was like these warm little tinglies of like, oh, that's nostalgic and that makes me happy. So really loving it so far. So far, I definitely suggest it. Coral Island. It's on Game Pass if you have it. So calm, chill, relaxing, fun, lots of dateable characters. I can't wait to
Ooh.
get there. So
Nice.
I can't.
and lots
Is that
of
one
anime.
multiplayer or not? Is single player?
I don't think so. I didn't see anything about multiplayer, but I also wasn't really looking at the time, so I don't think so though.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think that one's single player.
Maybe
Yeah.
multiplayer, maybe not. We'll find
But
out.
blast. Definitely advise.
All right. If you like those sort of farming games, so not Will. Will wouldn't play it, but
I wouldn't play it unless
But-
we forced him
Allison
somehow.
would play it. I made him play it. He played Stardew Valley once.
I
And
know
he was
it
like
a first
fine with it.
experience, though.
He was fine with it. He was fine. But speaking of the past, it's a new year. It's happy. Hey, happy new beer, everybody,
Happy New Beer.
or happy
New
brew year, depending on where I typed what title. It's one of those. It's 2024 now.
What?
We're 1 week in. So far, still here.
We're killing it.
Killing
Killing
it. First week's been fine. But this is the episode where we usually go and we talk about our we would usually do our gaming predictions and talk about how we did with them. Last year we didn't really have so much of that. So basically we talked about a lot of games. I listened to the episode again because Chris and I talked about a lot of games last year because there were a lot of games that came out this year. And we were like going through just being like, oh, I think this one will be good. I think this one will be bad. I think this one will be interesting. So I urge you to go back and listen to that, Chris, at some point, because we said a lot of stuff, like especially about like Hogwarts Legacy. We were just like, who knows? And then it came out and everyone was pretty much like, yeah, it's great. Everything's really cool. But
Didn't want to like it though.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like you want to be like, I don't like because of, the people involved or one person. But anyway, but we ended up making one prediction. And we said that 22 slapped so hard in gaming. Did we think 23 would slap as well? I had said 23 would not be as good as 22. And then Chris said it could be, but it won't be as good as 22 in games. Do you think we were wrong? I think we were very wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was better. Because there were some really good games in 2022, man.
There were some really good games, but I think like we got a lot of really good stuff this year. Like, because we got Elden Ring in 22, but like in 23 we got Tears of the Kingdom. We got,
which I still haven't played.
You still haven't played Tears of the Kingdom?
No.
Oh my god.
Kratos, God of War Ragnarok came out in 2022.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah.
For me, this year was better in gaming just because I really loved Baldur's Gate.
See, that's yeah.
It was such a good, like, me game, and I'm having so much fun with it, although it frustrates me, and I'm taking a very long time to get through it. But for me, this gaming experience this year was so good because that game was so good.
It really is. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is fantastic. Like,
I will play that game over and over and over and love it every time.
I can't wait to finish my Paladin run so I can do like a chaotic evil run and just do all of the opposite of everything I'm doing now.
Good luck. It's easier said than done.
I know.
Because you get to a point where you take pity on something and then you go back to being good. And then you're like, damn it, I was trying to be bad.
True. But it's like, I think the amount, and because we've talked about this over the year, is the amount of quality games that we got, especially like sequels that were really good. We got Jedi Survivor was really great. We got
The new Alan Wake.
Alan Wake 2 was really great. Octopath Traveler 2 came out this year, which was really good.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I still haven't
Hogwarts
played
Legacy.
Armored Core 6.
I haven't played Armored
Ooh.
Core 6, but I never played any of the Armored Core games before, though, so I'm not too sad about that. Apparently, it's good.
I played those, but yeah, I haven't gotten
The
around to
newest
that
one.
But see, I've done Baldur's Gate. I'm telling you, that game was so good.
So
Dave the Diver. That was a really good one.
that came out at the tail end of 23. What else?
I'm looking through my list of games I've played.
Life of Pi, you played that one, or Life of P? Sorry, Lies of P. Lies of P.
Lies of P. I was
Life
going to
of
say
Pi.
Life of Pi. That
The
came
movie?
out. That came out a long time ago.
Oh, the last part of Raft came out this year. I think it was this
Oh,
year.
yeah, that did. Yep. Diablo 4 came out.
Oh yeah, that did come out, didn't it?
Yep.
I guess so. I guess so.
Starfield came out, but I don't know if that's a positive or a negative.
The Amnesia game, The Bunker, that came out.
The
this year.
Bunker. I still haven't played that one. I have that
I haven't
one.
either. But that did
Super
come
Mario
out.
Brothers Wonder is so fun. BT Dubs. If you
I
haven't
keep
played that,
hearing that.
I've
It's-
heard
I
that
need
as
to
well.
try it.
it's very like the music is great. But me and Hannah have been playing it, and it's so cute. But yeah, a lot of stuff came out. I know I'm inclined to say that I was wrong in my prediction that 23 would not be as good as 22. I think it was as good, if not better, than 22. What do you think, Chris?
I mean, I think I don't know. I think they were both good. I think there was a little bit more quantity this year.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
that's what puts me over the
Yeah.
it was better just because we got more quality games.
hmm
They say quality over quantity, but sometimes if you got a bunch of quality,
hmm
that's pretty good too. You shouldn't. A good chocolate's better than a lot of chocolate, but I really do want to eat a lot of chocolate. You know,
Yeah.
I want to get those cocoa truffles from Trader Joe's and just go to town, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So that was 23. So now, with everybody who's here, it's time to go through our gaming predictions for 2024, the next year of gaming.
Yeah.
And at the end of this year, we'll go through and we'll say, boy, was I wrong, or boy, was I right, or boy, did not even close. So, all right, we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to start with Allison because I started
Okay.
with, yeah, go ahead, Allison.
All right, I have I think 4 predictions.
Okay.
So my first one is that the new Nintendo console that everyone thinks is going to release this year doesn't release.
Really?
I think that it's projected to release for the holiday season and it doesn't happen. That's what I think. That's my prediction.
Interesting.
And then I also predict that how we talk about how like the gaming like styles cycle of like there's tons of games that release in one genre every year.
Yes,
I think
I do.
this year is the cozy game takeover.
Cozy games. Describe a cozy game for me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Games Carrie and I love.
Mhm.
Coral
That's not a
Island,
good descriptor. Okay.
Coral Island, Stardew Valley,
This one I'm playing right now.
the potion
the-
game.
Scum? You think is Scum a cozy game?
No, not
No,
Scum.
I was going to say, it's like,
The
listen.
I am future.
Oh,
Cozy
okay.
Apocalypse Survival. Potion Maker Tycoon. I was
Potion Maker
playing that one. That's
Tycoon.
another
Nice.
cozy one that's fun.
So these all sound like jobs. So is a cozy game like one that has like pastel colors, easy
No.
listening music?
It's defined as the gaming experience you're getting out of it. It's very chill. It's like real
Okay.
life, but none of the extra responsibilities. It's like you wrap yourself in a blanket, you grab your Switch, or you sit in your computer chair and you just disconnect and play this game for hours without even realizing that time is passing.
Oh, Hearts of Iron, right?
Good.
Yeah.
No, see,
Civ,
that's
Civ
stress.
6, right?
There
Yeah.
is stress in that. There is politics. There is too much stress in that game. The
Mhm.
worst thing you have to worry about in these games is if you fail a potion or you ruin a crop. It's not really
Okay.
Customer
life-changing.
you didn't have what a customer needed in your potion shop.
I mean, that's stressful.
Yes.
That's
it is
stressful
stressful
to me.
because you need to build
Is-
up fame points.
Would a little to the left be considered a cozy game?
Let me look it up real quick. Hold on. Sorry.
That's the one where you
I
have to like
think,
organize
Bomb
things.
one?
The unpacking one, is
Ooh,
Oh, unpacking would be a cozy
would be a
one.
which
cozy
I did
game.
play that.
Sure.
That was really good.
The home
Isn't it? I
renovator
haven't finished it.
ones
Yeah.
are
You never-
cozy
You
games.
did finish it. You never finished it. Yeah,
I'm very
you should.
close. I should.
Wait, say
So
that again.
like
Tori?
the home renovator type games, the power washing
Power
type
wash
games.
simulator.
Power Wash
Mm.
That
Simulator.
you would have to agree is a cozy game. Your brain.
Oh, I just finished Power Wash Simulator's career the other day.
Yes. See, I knew Dan would get it on that one. And when you're playing that, how do you feel?
I mean, good in the way that like, but it also like in the way that like I have to do it or my OCD will not let me sleep.
There you go.
Is the
Cozy
problem.
game.
Yeah,
It's
Cozy
also
Cozy game.
stressful.
Yeah.
Cozy game.
It's stressful, but in the best way. So I guess I understand. I think I understand now.
People with anxiety OCDs, maybe we get a little stressed out at points, but it's not like COD.
Yes, you're
It's
right.
not like
Right.
scum. It's not like
It's like, oh shit, did I water all my crops before?
What's interesting though is like I did joke about Hearts of Iron being that, but also so I have ADHD and there's something really nice about getting into the zone like that into a game
Mm.
where it just like
Mhm.
sucks you in.
yes.
And in a way that's relaxing and pleasing to me. So I don't know.
Yeah, it could be your cozy game, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Cozy is
Yeah.
hyper focusing on a bunch of minuscule details.
Yeah. I don't know.
So instead of
it's very
Fallout, it'd be
satisfying. It
Fallout
makes me feel really
Shelter.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fallout Shelter versus
Yeah.
Fallout. Yeah, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
Allison, continue your
so that I predict that Fortnite will become the new Roblox.
I think I might
Has
agree.
it
with
not already?
It's getting there. It's close.
It's heading there,
working
yeah.
towards it, but there's
With the
something
Lego
else
stuff they added.
with the Lego stuff, but also like I just think that's going to keep expanding. There's going to be different variants like there is in Roblox, where it's just like all these mini games inside of the main game.
It already
And-
is.
And it really is going towards that. But also I think Roblox is going away from being so kid centric.
No, here's the thing. Sorry, I should let you finish your prediction. but
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So my kid just rediscovered the Quest 2. His
Mm-hmm.
friend has a Quest, and his cousin just got a Quest. Guess what's in VR?
Is Roblox in VR?
Roblox.
Is
Interesting.
Minecraft in VR?
I don't remember.
No. There's like the Microsoft like augmented reality thing that has like a Minecraft thing with it. But
Which
I
think that's what my Acer headset is
Yes.
technically.
yeah, but I don't think there's like the Quest doesn't do that. I don't know. I'll look it up.
So
But
I
anyway.
see Roblox going. I have a feeling that
Yeah.
Roblox will go VR.
All of the kids are complaining to me that it's becoming more adult and more adult, and it's becoming less kid friendly for them, and they're finding more and more issue safely playing the game, I guess,
Well, that's not
in
good.
a
Like a lot of predators.
comfortable space. And a
don't
lot of
like
just
that.
like adult heavy game modes, because
Oh, I think I've seen some things
Interesting.
about that. I think I've seen some people like accidentally going into like scary or gross things, kids, because
Isn't that kind of what happened with like Club Penguin?
that's exactly what happened with Club Penguin.
So I feel like that's kind of becoming less of a safe space for kids. And I know that the kids around me are complaining about it. So I feel like they might maybe gravitate towards, and I don't know how many kids will be like that gravitate towards Fortnite, trying to find that safe space again. So
It'd be cool if like the company that owns Roblox would like
do something.
manage that.
Yeah. I think they slapped the word 18 plus on a lot of it now to try to make it okay.
That
So
It
that doesn't do
fix
it.
it.
That doesn't fix it. That just makes it not the problem.
Right. That just makes it not their problem, I guess.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then my last prediction is that we're going to get a big flood of bad AI centric games. And it's just going to happen. We're going to get so many of them. They're just going to flood the market. They're going to be horrible. And I don't think there's going to be a single good one, but that'll be next year.
I'd be interested to see what an AI centric game would look like, but also I don't want it to exist.
I think
AI created games.
No, well, I don't know. See, I didn't specify because I don't exactly know what we're going to experience this year.
I get it. So you're just getting you're just blanket prediction.
I'm padding my guess.
I was going to say,
because yes, I do think that AI is going to be utilized more in games, but I think it's very questionable right now what people can get away with. And I think they'll try to get away with that, and then there's going to be a lot of back law tried to handle it like there is with all the other AI stuff going on, where they're like, oh shit, now this is a problem, I guess we should address it. So I don't know. I think there'll be lots of indie people trying to do that. I don't think it'll be the big companies. I do think the big companies are going to try to utilize, and I know a lot of them are already talking about it, utilize AI into their game and call it an AI game. So like there's an AI algorithm versus a coded
versus like the code.
and
Yeah, I mean that's
kind of
not
character.
too far from like Radiant quests that like Bethesda does. Like it's not a far stretch to get there from that.
There's also the finals that just came out. They used AI voices in it instead of voice actors for like their announcer people, which I don't
kind of
like.
Not great.
Nah, it's not my favorite as an actor. I don't like that, but that's also it's I take personal.
And like I've also heard I don't know if this is just a rumor, but like I've heard that Wizards of the Coast is looking at using AI to create the images for Magic cards.
That was something that was something that came up. No, they hired a company to make art for their website, and that art for their website, someone was like, hey, this looks a lot like AI art, and they were like, no, we hired this company to do it, but then the company was like, oh no, we used like AI assets to do some of it. So not the cards, it was the thing, but also Wizards of the Coast sucks anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised if they will eventually do that with
Don't do it.
I think there's a lot of criticism around it. So I think most companies are wary just for that. And there's a lot of legal questionability with it. So I think a lot of the bigger companies just don't want to do it for those reasons. But I think if they like are really clear about using some form of like GPT to do something special, I can't talk. I am not a robot today. I swear that was not a code error.
She's struggling with her AI code.
But yeah, I think that they're going to utilize it more and more in this next year. I think a lot of different like shitty games are going to come out trying to use it, and I don't think anything good will come out of it this year. I'm putting it out there.
I'm sure like Square Enix is interested in it because they're always interested in the shittiest thing they could do. Like they were interested in like blockchain and.
Oh yeah. We'll see how that goes. So all right, that's great. So AI stuff, no new Nintendo stuff. Chris, I would like to go to you next.
Yeah. So my prediction is that, and this is, I mean, like, I think technically, if there is a new Switch console that comes out next year, this is kind of that. But I think the handheld market continues to expand. So, like Steam just came out with their new OLED Steam Deck, and I think that's going to drive pricing down too, especially with like the older Steam Deck generations becoming cheaper, especially on like refurbished models. Like it's going to start hopefully driving down some of those prices. And, we'll see some hopefully cheaper competitors, which would be really cool.
I'm completely open to prices going down for stuff because that would be different.
But yeah, it'd be cool to see like the handheld market heat up again.
All right. Yeah. I mean, especially, Well, I mean, with the Steam Deck and everything like that,
And then
that came in.
Asus came out with theirs.
Asus came out with their own. Who is it? PlayStation has their like controller thing that you can now put on and do like the streaming, like the game streaming stuff. Which is very cool. So yeah, all right, interesting.
And then I'm just really looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2.
Hopefully, I've heard people are saying like preemptively, people are very excited about it. So
I mean, I loved the first one. I don't know if anyone else played it, but I loved it.
I haven't played Dragon's Dogma.
You didn't love it, or you didn't play it?
I didn't play it.
Okay. Yeah, no. So like the main thing, it had kind of like two main things that it did that were different. The first being they had this system called the pawn system, which was basically you created your own pawn, which was basically your sidekick. It basically was devoid of a lot of background, but you could kind of create it your own, and it would learn as you go on, which kind of like AI. But you would start recognizing like if it fought a certain enemy, it would remind you of like their weakness and things like that. And then you could also get other people's pawns, so like you could like kind of customize yours, and then other people would use it, and you would get a currency that you could use to buy things in the game, which I thought was really neat. And then the other thing being that you could that you were usually fighting really big monsters, and you could actually climb up on these monsters and like find weak points on their back and stuff, and like slash at that. And then
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Early Monster Hunter.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of Monster Hunter.
Made by the same company too, I think.
Fee's in the chat. He's excited about that game.
Yeah, Fee says Dragon's Dogma was really fun. Excited for second. No, like exclamation points or periods or anything like that. He didn't use anything. It's just
I get it. Me and Fee are on the same wavelength here.
And then he says, "Yep, Capcom, lol." All right.
Anything
else, or is that it?
That's the main things. I guess for me, are we doing me personally stuff, or
we're going to be doing resolutions at the end, but
okay. Well, yeah, those are the two big things. Okay, sure. Dragon's Dogma is going to win Game of the Year.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
We'll see.
Ooh, okay.
We'll see. I don't know, because Final Fantasy Rebirth does come out next year, so we'll see how that goes. Carrie.
I mean, I didn't have a whole lot really, but I think we're gonna see VR gaming going up. We're gonna see more VR games happening, and with the new glasses that have been coming out. I can't remember. It's Ray-Ban and
that's right.
The other,
I forgot about that.
The tech
Are Google
behind
glasses back?
No, it's not Google. It's not Google. I can't remember the Google. It's not Google. But I predict with those we're gonna get some AR games. Like, could you imagine playing Pokemon Go with AR glasses, kind of thing?
Dope.
Where you
I'd eat that up.
I think a lot of people would. I probably would.
I'd buy this in a heartbeat. They'd have me hook, line, sinker. I'm an easy pin.
And I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with what Allison was saying with cozy games being like, I think this year will be a lot of cozy games. Like, it felt like it was not last year, but the year before, it was like all horror themed games was a big thing.
Okay.
And so now I think we're going into more cozy type games for sure.
Well, that's probably around the design cycle of when people were at home in 2020, and so
they want to scare the fuck out of you while you're.
Well, no, I'm saying like the cozy games, like they're probably end of development now. If they were like,
they were deving.
That's when they started. Yeah.
In 2020, everyone was like, "I want nice things, please."
Thank God for Animal Crossing.
Oh my gosh.
That was at the chef's kiss time. Got me through COVID.
I was reminiscing about how Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal came out on the same day, and how both the developers like bought into it so hard, like that they had there were like all the animations of
Doom guy,
just like slaying demons and
together. Yeah,
I was asked because I'm cosplaying Isabelle at MagFest if I had a Doom guy who was going to come with me, and I was like, no.
I should have done that.
You should have
Man,
done that. And now
once
that
we-
I'm thinking about it, that would have been.
I got a Tom Nook shirt that I'm wearing.
Oh, that's great. Do you have
Yeah.
Tanuki ears that you could put on? Wait,
I don't
Tanuki
want to
ears?
be associated with those folks.
I can make them for you.
Listen,
I have little dog
Man,
ears.
don't wear the full get up and it's fine.
no,
Yeah.
Chris, listen, I'm telling
Just
you.
ears. Just
You-
ears.
You could have the tail too. That'd be cute. Chris,
Ooh.
Well,
I
that's
could
kind of
wear the whole suit.
I could just make
There
you
you
a
go.
hat.
And then you could
with
just be a
ears,
furry.
because you wear hats anyway.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah,
hat
with
with ears,
ears.
yeah.
Hat with
that
ears,
would be perfect.
little
It'd be
tail.
very cute.
Chris,
I've
I'm-
got this.
I'm not
thinking about it.
lying.
I'll make you
I'm
something.
thinking about you being a Tanuki who is in control of my debt, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Like
It
in
would
my
be
head.
cool if it was like a Kigurumi, but it was like like Mario Tanuki.
Yes. Yeah. The whole- it's only your face. You only see your face, and everything
Yeah.
else is just that.
You know, I've got to say, as adults, we're tangenting again. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I got to
It's
say,
okay.
as adults, I respect Tom Nook more and more the more I think about him, and how he's such a good like banker for me.
He
that I wish
is.
existed in real life. He's so respectable,
He's
and he'll let me just take out that debt with no extra interest and just pay it off when I can. It's
yeah.
all
He's
good.
just like, hey, zero interest. Listen, just give me the money eventually. You know.
Just go pick up shit on the beach. So sell them for a little bit a piece, and then come back to me. Come back to me later. It's all good. It's all good.
I
don't care
And then immediately is like, so you want another one? You're
So
like,
you want
yeah.
another one? Hey, you just paid off your loan. Congratulations. Want to buy a bigger house?
It's like, yes, I do, because you're great and not a real bank. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Carrie,
It's
any
just your rich uncle.
just your rich Uncle Tom. All right,
Ooh.
Carrie, any other predictions?
Nope. No other predictions.
Nope. All right, we'll go to mine now. So because everyone's basically already said all of mine, but in different ways. So firstly, I think we are going to get a new Switch console. It is not going to innovate. It's going to just be like
It's gonna be OLED. Oh wait, they already have an OLED.
they already have an OLED. It's going to be like a Pro version. It's going to be like we're going to Switch Pro, so it's probably going to have more storage, faster processing, bigger screen, maybe.
Yeah, they did that with like the 3DS.
And then there's also going to be an OLED version of. There's going to be like two. There's going to be like the basic Pro, like there's going to be like the Switch Pro, and then the Switch Pro OLED, and then that's what's going to happen.
I don't know if they would. I imagine they would just do the OLED version.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah,
They
is
made
this going to be like a PS Slim versus Pro kind of moment. Was that what it was? There was like
There was the
Uh,
PS. Well, there's the PS5 with and without a DVD, well, Blu-ray drive.
I guess
yeah,
that was the
and
only
then-
difference, huh?
well, and then they are probably going to be coming out with a PS5 Pro, but that's not part of my prediction. I think that's the thing that's going to be coming out soon.
Oh yeah, we haven't really heard anything about a refresh for those. Well, I thought we heard that a PS5 Pro was coming out next year.
I think, yeah, the PS5 Pro is coming out, but we're also kind of like mid-development cycle right now, which is a little weird. So like for someone to be coming out with new consoles right now that are like upgrades of them is a little weird. Whenever it should kind of be like more teasing what the next thing's going to be, but also
Nintendo
Really?
does whatever they want.
it's timelines are all weird. Timelines are all messed up now. Like who knows when what's going to happen, you know?
We touched
Um,
on
Thanks,
Ron Butterfly.
COVID.
Yeah, thanks COVID. Also thanks like increasing pricing of technology going up and up and up.
Thanks, Bitcoin.
Thanks
Thank-
Bitcoin.
Thanks, Obama.
Well,
Thanks Obama.
Thanks,
Never do.
capitalism. if I'm being
Yeah,
honest. Thanks,
capitalism.
Tom Nook.
Yeah.
Boo.
My next prediction is that we're going to get less big name games in 2024. We're just going to have a lot of like
I feel
smaller,
that.
newer IPs.
You know what
That's
I
a good
like
one.
is quad A games. Those are the best.
Quad A games. What's a
Yeah.
quad A game?
Well, I think they're right. Maybe it's double A games is what I'm thinking of. So
Double A. Yeah,
Like
you went the
instead
wrong
of
direction.
4A?
I went the wrong direction. 4 A's. No, I went 2
Instead
A's.
of-
Like so, it's like kind of got a little bit bigger of a budget, so it's bigger
Right.
than like an indie, but like not quite. It's still like it's they're trying hard. Like
It's usually like an indie studio that's backed by a big publisher. So the studio's
Mhm.
indie, but they have the money of the big publisher behind them.
Like
Kind of
the,
like-
the best example I have is Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, right. Where it's like it's not a small studio, but it's like not a big studio either.
Yeah.
Like Life is Strange.
Yeah, Life is Strange won numerous awards too.
They're
Or
I
like
don't
the
remember
Metro
the
series.
company that makes them.
Mhm. Yep,
they're
Metro
one
series.
of those, A Plague Tale.
Hmm.
Yep. Life is Strange. Isn't that Square Enix? I don't know if it's Square Enix. Is it?
Square Enix backs
It might be the
them.
publisher.
Square Enix backs them as the publisher, as well as Bandai Namco and Capcom and somebody else. And I don't remember who. But yeah, Life is Strange is backed by a bunch of money, which is why they can do what they do, but they're still indie.
And it's also like a weird series because it is like 5 different developers because there's a bunch of different games. So it's like Don't Nod, Square Enix, Deck Nine, Feral Interactive, and Blackwing Foundation. So it's like there's a bunch of people.
Yeah, and then like the EA original games too.
Yeah.
Way Out. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're just gonna see less of like I think we're just gonna be like we're getting like a Final Fantasy, but I don't know what else we're gonna get next year that's gonna be like crazy, you know?
Well,
We
yeah,
got so
and
many
like
sequels
Dragon's
this year.
Dogma is kind of like a smaller one
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
sort of.
So great. And then my last one is I think Fortnite's gonna come to Steam this year.
I could see
interesting.
that. Yeah, I could see that.
Because now it's getting so big. As you said, it's like Robloxing itself, and I think like
That'll help it. That'll help it Roblox.
now it's tough because
We're
Epic
together
has
in our prediction on accident, and I love it.
yeah. I just think that because
that would be Epic admitting that they can't win.
true, or could it be Epic doubling down? Like it could be them double dipping into the getting like if they cut a deal with Valve to be like, hey, listen, revenue share. We make a lot of money from Fortnite. You want to make a lot of money from Fortnite too? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more.
I don't know. I was with Dan until Chris just said that, and now I think out of like ego and spite,
Pettiness and
Epic's
spite.
not going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't think that
I mean,
they've
he's
been.
right.
They're still not making money on the Epic Store. It's from what I like.
No,
last
but will
heard.
they admit that? Absolutely not. They won't
Well,
go
no,
other
but
avenues and
they
admit
have
it.
to admit it because they're a public company.
Yeah,
We got
still,
bills to pay.
but the ego, they'll be like, we'll make it work, and then they'll just like play it
Gonna
down.
do their best Tim Gunn impression. Designers, make it work.
I love that voice.
I
It's
love
great.
Tim
That's perfect
Gunn.
Tim Gunn.
I
Tim Gunn.
love Tim Gunn. He's great. But yeah, that's it. Those are my 2024 predictions. So that's everybody. So we'll check back in at the end of the year and we'll see, or at the beginning of 2025, we'll all be older, slightly older. I'm going to be 35 this year, ladies and gentlemen. So
Same.
bingo bango, ha ta ta. Hannah's birthday is tomorrow. Everybody say happy birthday, Hannah.
I'm going to
Happy
be
birthday,
hitting
Hannah.
20.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hannah.
You're going to be what, Allison?
I'm going to be
Said
22
22.
this year. Isn't that
22. That's amazing. How many years have you been 22 now?
enough?
Enough to know what you're doing now.
I'll
That's
tell her all you
debatable.
say. Happy birthday. So now we're going to get into what we started last year is we're going to make some gaming resolutions. Now, last year we made the resolutions. Number one, as a podcast, we said we're going to drink better, more beers that were better beers as opposed to just kind of standard beers every week.
Yeah, I think we did a little bit better.
I think we did. I think we kind of like
Yeah.
changed up our
Yeah.
I feel like you stepped your game up with beer.
averages. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was just one that we did because we just said it. But
Well, it
Chris,
was a fun experience for me to witness as
Yes.
somebody who doesn't drink them but gets to hear about them. So thank
You would
you.
well, you would die if you drank them, Allison.
I
You
would die
can't
and-
have
and
these. If
Dying
you,
is bad, from what I understand.
I want to let you know if you tried to drink one, I would slap it right out of your hand. If
Oh,
you
I
did,
appreciate you.
I would be like,
Thank you.
no, get out of here.
And spritzer like a cat.
Yeah. Psst, psst, get it. Psst, hey. Psst. Spitting all over my monitor. So our gaming resolutions for last year was Chris said keep playing in tournaments and get better at Warhammer.
Hey,
And talk less about.
That didn't happen.
you played in tournaments?
You played in a bunch more tournaments.
I only played in 2 this year.
Is that how many you played last year?
Probably.
Okay.
I didn't play. Well, so like the year before,
I think you won.
2022, I didn't play in a ton because of the wedding and like
Right.
all the shenanigans with that. And then last year,
One, right?
I did. No, this past year I only did 2.
So that's 2
So-
more than the year before. Still counts.
No, I think I did at least 1 or 2 in the year before.
Okay. So maybe the same.
Yeah.
So gotta step it up.
I got to step it up.
Gotta step it up.
But
And then
I'm
you-
starting.
Yeah, that's
I'm starting
resolution.
a like a league in a league this year. So
oh, nice. That'll be good.
yeah.
Nice.
And then you also said you wanted to talk less about Total War Warhammer 3. I don't
How'd
think
that
you.
go for you?
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
your resolution?
He
It's
talked a
just
lot
part of
about it.
It's okay.
You started to do it, and then and then they released DLC, and then you kind of.
Well, but I haven't really talked about it since September when they released a really shitty DLC.
Oh, that's true. That's right. That is the last time. So, okay, you're doing pretty good. You're doing. Here's Chris. Here's your 4-month chip. I'm going to hand it to you right now.
No, but let me talk to you about Hearts of Iron.
Oh no, I'm taking it back.
It's different.
And then I said I was going to play more board games and do more like creative things. I did kind of start to do Dungeons and Dragons again, and like more like tabletop role playing things, but it still kind of fell off. But we did play a shit ton of board games this year.
Yeah, you did.
I've been like killing it.
I was part of it.
For Christmas, I got this game called The Quacks of Quedlinburg, which is
I've played that, and
it's
awesome.
so fun.
That's the one with the pot
The
that goes around
the potion pot that has a circle in it. It's really fun. I'm gonna have to tell you guys how to play, or we'll play it on maybe it's on tabletop.
Yeah,
I have to take it.
I've played it once, and it's great.
So it's really good. You guys would enjoy it a lot. So I think I did it. I think I did things.
Yeah. Plus, you went to a convention that was
We did.
only that.
We did, and we talked about that on the episode too. We were like, "Oh, hey, we should go to PAX Unplugged next year. That would be really fun." And we did that. So
And then we did.
All right. So now we're getting into our resolutions for 2024. Carrie, we're going to start with you. I'm going to begin first. So, Carrie.
Well, one of my resolutions is to play more video games with my kid,
Aw.
especially since he's getting into more games that I need to know what the temperature is like in them.
Right.
You know, the toxicity levels.
The
so
toxicity
I know what
of your city.
What I right.
And you city.
That's all we can do.
So I can teach him how to navigate that type of stuff, because you can't avoid it completely, but how do you navigate it? And
Right. In a smart way.
Protect yourself
Mhm.
before you wreck yourself, kind of thing.
right.
Yes. Very good. Well, that's also good. But then also, yeah, some
Hey, people out there, do better.
parent-child bonding time is
They won't.
also
People
good.
out there
Never
are
will.
not going to do better. So as parents,
No,
we have
everybody
to be more
sucks.
informed of what is going on in the environments our kids are hanging out in.
All right. So that's it. That's a good one. You have to let us know how that goes at the end. My turn. My resolution is to finish games again, because boy, have I not been doing that. This year, I think like towards the end of this year, I finally started to be like, oh shit, I got so many games I'm playing all at one time, and I need to like finish some of them. So I need to get back on that train before I buy any new games. I need to finish some of the games that I already have.
Good
Especially because I
luck
have
with that.
a wedding to pay for, and gotta go to a Disney wedding in a few months, and that's
I want to go to a Disney wedding. Can I come?
no. It's only Hannah and me. They didn't give me a +2. It's only a +1.
That's rude.
Sorry, Chris.
Because I'd be the other +1. Because I want to go too. So sorry, Katie.
Well, I will say, but I will say that the wedding itself is in the Magic Kingdom, and it's at 12:30 at night. So it's at like midnight plus 30.
That's pretty rad.
And then
That's so cool.
it's like going to be like 3 hours long that we
That's
have in the
so
park.
expensive. I don't even want to know, but that's
It's
really cool.
honestly, compared to a lot of wedding stuff, it's not crazy. Like, it's expensive, but not more expensive than a lot of other things that Hannah and I have been looking at. So
Interesting.
ours will not be that. So sorry, guys. You won't get to go to
That's
Disney World.
Unfortunate, and I think you should reconsider it, but go on.
Do our best. But yeah, that's it. That's my resolution. Finish some games again. I'm gonna break that backlog, baby.
And get
Break.
married.
And get married. Well, no, that's not till 2025. So in 2020,
Oh.
so in 2024, at the end of this year,
Yeah, the next
then
episode of this.
next episode of this, it will be get married unless something catastrophic happens.
I hope not.
Which it wouldn't. There's no reason for it to.
Why throw that in there?
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Chris,
Yeah.
what's your resolution for?
Similar to
2024?
you, I have a massive backlog of like Warhammer stuff I need to paint. And
Oh, what?
work on that.
Warhammer?
Love that. Yes.
No, I didn't say the TW part.
I was gonna say I have to take the chip back.
No, I just have like a ton of stuff I need to paint.
Yeah,
and stuff. So I need to work on that.
I have a bunch of paints.
It's been kind of a down year for me painting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm staring at like tons of models around me that I just need to do. So
They're just like, paint me, Chris. Hey, Chris,
paint me,
paint me, please. Like Bob's Burgers, all the food he talks to in Bob's
Paint
Burgers
me
all
like
the
one
time.
of your French girls.
Because the way you paint French girls is you set them up on a little stand, and then you cover them in primer, and then you
Yep.
and then you do one layer at a time. All right, great. And Allison, your gaming resolution for 2024.
Okay, my gaming resolution is potentially unattainable.
Mm-hmm.
Find a MMO
God.
that brings me joy, that I can play with a lot of my friends, that we don't
Stop
put
it.
down in 2 months because it makes us upset.
Stop it. Stop
Allison,
My
I've
resolution.
told
it.
you,
Not gonna happen.
I've told you before, if you play Final Fantasy 14, I'll restart my subscription to Final Fantasy 14.
Carrie tried it. It wasn't our
You didn't
jam.
like 14?
We tried it.
It
We
felt
got bored with it.
empty. It felt really
Alright,
empty.
alright.
It was sad. I want something. I want it.
That's wild because I
Um,
love Final Fantasy 14. I think it's awesome.
I wanted to love it. There's so much I should have loved about it, but yeah, it just felt really empty at some point. I don't know. Maybe I played it wrong. But that
Maybe
is
I
on
played
my-
it.
We never
Yes.
made it to rating.
We never made it to rating. No. We started getting really bored with it pretty quick.
Like with the dungeons and stuff like that?
Yeah, with the like kind of the questing felt empty.
Hmm.
And everything felt really pointless.
That's
I guess is the
wild
best
because
way
I
to put
felt
it.
I felt like that was more the questing part was more fun and like
It was
than
fun
most
to a certain
MMOs.
point, and then it got really empty for me.
Okay.
I think
it.
for me the problem is I cannot handle the grindy game. The grind
Oh,
and MMO is all about grinding,
Yeah.
and that's if a MMO can exist without that overly grindy feeling, then I'd be willing to give
Oh,
it a
boy.
try. But
I don't know if you're gonna get that, Carrie.
right, that's yeah.
That
That's
was
where I'm
even
at.
my problem. Like, I don't mind a grind. I really don't.
Nobody does, Allison. Nobody does.
But what I didn't like, I don't know. I felt like story didn't grip me enough. I
Okay.
need a really interesting story to get me to the end game, and then the end game needs to be really satisfying. And I just from what I saw about the end game, I didn't feel like great about it. But
All right.
I didn't
Well,
get
We
we'll
very
liked
find
excited.
Lost
something.
Ark better, and
Yeah, I
that's
really
saying
did
a
like-
lot.
Yeah, I liked Lost Ark a lot until Endgame.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll find something. We'll find something for you.
Maybe. I hope. So
I
that's my
don't-
goal.
Well, Bobby Kodak's gone. Maybe
That's
you
my
could play.
goal,
Maybe
and
you
I
could play
won't-
World of Warcraft again eventually.
Stop it.
There we go.
Stop it.
No, I won't drag Carrie in until I'm committed because I don't want to put her through it. But I want to find one.
You know she'll drag me in.
I
I go
will
where
try.
she goes.
I will try.
go
but
where
I'm
she
not going to
goes.
force her. And then my other goal is to get back into Twitch streaming and like a regular schedule, even if it's not a ton. Just get back to it. And I doing it these last 2 times, I really do miss it. And a lot of the things that are holding me back are like me things. They're me. And I just need to work through it and do it and enjoy the time because it was really nice. And I got to reconnect with a bunch of people who
Yeah.
came in that I haven't talked to in so long. And that was really enjoyable. And I just need to enjoy the experience and stop overthinking and panicking and all the things I do because I'm me.
Well, Allison, I will say
You can do it.
every time that I watch your streams and every time I'm in there, you have so many friends who are just on there who just want to like be there with, not to get too like floofy and cheesy and whatever.
Oh,
But you
yeah,
do have a
that's
lot
what
of
it
people.
feels like.
You do have a lot of people on there who like love seeing you play games and just talking to you and
I
stuff. So
know,
that's
and I really
so
love
it's
it. And
great. I'm glad that
it's
you
like-
were.
Dan comes in. I'm like, oh, Dan.
I'm here.
And you
Even though I
can jump
see you
in
for the
and
podcast, it's just always really nice. I don't know. It's just nice.
if you donate 102 or 103 bits, you get a
No, I'm
lot
gonna
of.
fix it. I'm gonna fix that. It's not gonna happen anymore, Carrie. You blew everyone's ears out, including mine. And it's fine when it's mine, but I don't know how to turn it down for other people. So
They enjoyed it. It made them
it made them
It
pee.
woke 'em up.
Woke them up.
Welcome up. But now we're going to get into the end of the podcast as we've made all our 2024 predictions. Where everything is wonderful. We're going to see how this year goes. It's a voting year. November, get out there, everybody. Vote, make your voices heard. That's important. That's right. I'm talking about it in January because freaking go do it. And yeah,
Get registered.
if you're not registered to vote, go do that.
Yes, this is your reminder because voting is important, and I don't care if you don't think your vote matters. It does. That's my public service
It's
announcement.
important.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just remember what happens the last time nobody did. But there's other things that are happening. In February, somebody tell me the dates of the thing because I forget. off the top of my head.
Absolutely. Let me just click. Hold on 1 second.
Just kidding.
So
I can't
in
click because all our
February,
faces will
on-
disappear.
On February 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to start our 24-hour charity stream for GameBrew here for
Woohoo.
Extra Life. And we're still ironing out details for everything and the schedule. So we'll post that once we get it closer to the time because it's hard for us to know what everyone's available until we get a bit closer. But yeah, that's going to be a great time. So glad we're doing it again. Always is amazing and wonderful that we can support anything as far as this goes. But Children's Miracle Network hospitals are close to me personally, so I'm really excited we can always support that in particular. But everybody's always been so nice. Donate what you can, no obligations, but we will torture Dan and maybe Chris. I don't know. It sounded kind of
We'll
like
see.
he was in on it.
Chris might be into it.
it
Carrie
depends.
was telling me earlier about some torturing that she would like to undergo as well. So I don't know. There could be a lot of just torture happening.
I don't
Maybe-
want to torture
Yeah.
myself. I'll do
Yeah.
shots for
Maybe I'll
donations,
have to-
that's it.
Maybe I'll have to make like one of those
I'm not
big
trying to
spinny.
die.
I'll have to get one of those big spinny wheels and just have like a
Wow.
do that. Maybe we'll have
Mhm.
everybody get in shape. Maybe we'll make everybody do like 20 jumping jacks every once in a while.
I-
Who knows?
I don't know
I
about
can't
that.
do that.
Not on
Well,
stream.
I
have
would healing-
lines.
I would be
have
healing
lines
from
and
surgery.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I can't.
yeah, me too.
I don't want. I just don't want to put that on the internet. Like I put
I'm
a lot of stuff on the
suddenly going to
internet.
schedule my surgery before that. Yeah, so me 3.
But yeah, I mean, you can look forward to all the stuff that we usually do. Obviously, you'll see lots of fun games. We're gonna see if we're definitely gonna try to see if we can have other people involved as well. I know before we've had like the Triforce Quartet come on. Maybe we could see if they could come on too. We're working on a lot of stuff right now.
them in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they did say last year at MagFest, they did say they wanted to join. So yeah, hopefully so. We'll talk to them again.
Definitely. But yeah, lots of stuff. Hurt Dan. Probably we'll definitely get some Jackbox in there, some community time. And as always, it'll start off with a live GameBrew podcast, which is less exciting now because they're all live. But I mean, it's still exciting because it's for charity. So.
And we may have some of our old folks back, which is always exciting.
Maybe I'll put up some. We'll do another one-page RPG or one-page tabletop RPG. Last year we did Sexy Battle Wizards. Maybe we'll do.
Honestly, we've had
for everyone, but
for
Alex. Alex, that wasn't fun for him.
Well, he does.
Everyone else was awesome.
That was his first experience with it, so that's just kind of.
We have had people asking when we're going to do a D&D stream for the GameBrew. So
I'm into it. I'm into
Gray
it.
Man wants to be part of it.
Didn't we stream playing
Monster of the Week?
Monster of the Week?
No.
We did not stream that.
I made that up.
You made that up in your brain canon.
Sick.
We played Monster of the Week, but we did not stream it.
We did not stream it. So that will be happening. What were the dates one more time? February 23rd?
February 23rd, yes.
It's
at 8
February 23rd?
February 24th at 8 p.m.
All right. So get your checkbooks out. Help kids. That's what it's about.
Or just hang out with us.
Or just hang out with us. That's okay too. Whatever you want to do.
Have you there. If
you can donate, go for it. I just have to set up the thing. Anyway, okay. So now we're into the plugs part. Allison, you were talking about your stream. Plug yourself.
I am Vanilla.
Sorry, hold on. Let me just rephrase that. Allison, can you plug your stream for me, please? Thank you.
No one clipped that.
I'm spicy and served hot.
There it is. All right.
Wasn't even
that wasn't even me. That was someone else. That was Gary.
I do not have an OnlyFans. What he meant to say was I stream on twitch.tv/Vanalia and I don't even know what to do at this point. I don't know when my next stream is. I'll announce it in our Discord whenever we do that. I know this is plugging it early, but it's bit.ly/discobrew. I'm doing Dan's job for him. If you want to follow us there, you can also see when Dan streams and I stream. So
it's true. Carrie.
Unfortunately, I've had to kind of mess with I don't have a set schedule for streaming right now because I'm going through a couple of surgeries. I've got one more to go at the end of this month. So if you want to come follow me on Twitch, it is PIPPITA. And just set that notifications button and you can see when I'm going live.
Right, and obviously much love to Carrie for going through all that stuff. It's tough going through surgeries and doctors and stuff like that. So hearts, hand hearts.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do the millennial one. This is the one I do.
Yeah.
Have you seen what the one that Generation Z does?
The fucking.
No, it's not that one. There's something else. It's like.
Hearts are...
It's like it's like they use their middle fingers and they do like this or something.
Oh, I have seen that. That's weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, anything to plug?
If you haven't watched it already, you need to go watch Blue Eye Samurai.
It's great. It is great.
You need to go watch Welcome to Wrexham. Apparently, I like soccer now.
I mean, watch Welcome to Wrexham. Watch Ted Lasso. You'll love soccer after that. I tell you what.
Yep.
We have a trailer for Arcane Season 2 now.
Oh,
I know.
A teaser. It's a teaser trailer, not a full trailer.
Looks so good,
but still excited. And for me personally, you can follow my my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/tubecrazed, TUBECRAZED. If you just want to watch me and my brothers just be goofy on Call of Duty. I mean,
it's a good time.
It's fun. We're not great, but it's fun for us to play. Sometimes we win.
That's what matters.
Sometimes I go to bed and then we win. So that happens. All right, but for the Game Brew stuff, you can, as Allison said earlier, you can join the Discord by going to bit.ly/discobrew, DISCOBREW. You can also follow us on all of the social medias at the Game Brew, at it's at the Game Brew, all one word. Everything is all one word. And then, follow, like, subscribe. You can listen to the podcast usually the week after it releases. After we record it here, you can listen to it on your favorite podcasting medium. And you can do that by looking for the space Game Brew, all one word, on your favorite podcasting application. And as always, the best way to get more people to listen to the podcast is by telling them about it. So tell your friends, tell your mom's friends to listen to the Game Brew podcast.
Tell your friend's mom too.
Tell your friend's mom also. Whenever you see her, when you're mowing her lawn.
Never the dads, though. Just
never. Don't tell any dads. Just
the only
the
dad
moms.
here
is
is
mine.
Dad Rots.
The only dad who exists is mine. It's Schrodinger's dad. He both exists and doesn't. And with that, we're going to end the podcast portion of the podcast by saying what we say when we always end the podcast, which is good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.